Listen to me. If there was a wise man who would ever think of this, they would say in order to be superior to the man, you've got to be the man. For I am the man himself.
Thank you, Edge. Hashtag thank you, Edge. And honestly, I should have had that as the background for this video. Unfortunately, I literally just thought of it right now, so unfortunately, it's too late. And it's also 12:05 a.m. and I'm still going at it trying to record videos tonight, and hopefully I'll get most of these uploaded before I go to bed. But what is going on, guys? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and this is my review of this past week's episode of SmackDown. It was the August 18th, 2023 edition, and it took place in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And yes, the whole night, I mean, as far as SmackDown itself, take away the stuff with Edge, it was okay. It was, that stuff made the show, like, it was another show that was hard to grade. Because the night was not about the bloodline. It was not about, the women. It was not, they were on the show. It was not about, it was even barely about LA Knight. Yeah! Tonight, last night's episode of SmackDown was about no one else but Edge. As it should have been. His hometown, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, which has been rumored for a while to be where his last match is going to be. Was it, though, his last match? We'll talk about it at the end of this review, because most of this review we're going to fly through everything pretty quickly, because everything else was fine. This show didn't really set up too many things for Payback, in my opinion. I mean, we have the continuing ongoing because they have LA Knight and Miz, who are both on separate brands. Cross-branding, fine. It's not the biggest thing in the world. The women, though, I'm a little confused about what's going on with the women. And I'm wondering if a certain storyline got dropped. This is also one of the first SmackDowns that didn't really feature much of the bloodline, other than we got a highlight reel. Of course, it was announced that Jimmy Uso will be at SmackDown next Friday. So, could my prediction of no bloodline stuff for Payback still be true? Even though, again, there's rumors that Rikishi accidentally leaked an advertisement for an autograph signing. It says before he special guest referees at Payback. That, I don't know. Again, especially with if Roman's not going to be a Payback, I still think you gotta sell this Jay departure for a few months at least. I'd say till Rumble at least, but who knows what it could be. But Jimmy Uso is going to be at SmackDown next Friday. But once again, this whole night, the main storyline, of course, was Edge. 25 years. That, yes, had 9 of them on the sidelines. But still an incredible Hall of Fame career that he is ending on his own terms. After having triple fusion neck surgery, being medically disqualified. I still remember that return at the Royal Rumble in 2020. As I always say, that was probably the last best thing for 2020 until after the pandemic. I mean, there's good things happened to me in 2020. I met my wife in 2020. A few other little things. a few bad things, of course, like March and April were bad. But anyways, don't even get into that. Don't even get into all that. But that return in 2020 was just incredible. Again, as a fan who's only been watching wrestling since 2013, finally got to be able to witness Edge live. And was it the best run he could have had? If I could grade the run, I'd give it a B. It was good. He had some good noteworthy feuds. If this is it, though, again, I will agree and say the only thing that was a little disappointing is he never got to win a world title again. He had a couple matches against Roman Reigns for a world title. But yeah, I think he should have at least gotten one more world title win. Even if he retired again as champion, he reclaimed the one title that he never lost, which of course was the World Heavyweight Championship, which maybe they only put him on, drafted him to SmackDown, again, because of this show, because again, they're even saying last year that there were rumors that Edge's last match was going to be in Toronto on this episode of SmackDown. You could have made him a free agent, though. I still think you could have. He would have been someone from SmackDown I would have been okay with winning the World Heavyweight title when he was in that tournament. He didn't, though, despite that excellent promo. But, you know, let's save Edge for a little bit later. Let's, of course, brush through the rest of the show, because there's not much to talk about the other stuff. We opened up with the Grayson Waller effect. I'm still not feeling Grayson Waller. Again, I agree he's got good physical ability in the ring. This talk show stuff, again, just feels so forced. And even like the tweets they post at the bottom feels so fake as hell. I don't even believe it. Even like my wife asked last night, are those real tweets? And my response was, wouldn't surprise if they weren't. Because again, they just don't feel organic. Like, he doesn't feel like a talk show guy. Like, if it just feels like he's playing, as a lot of people say, sometimes some people feel like they're just playing a character. And that's what Grayson Waller feels like. He's playing a character. This does not feel organic. I'm not feeling him. But anyways, so he comes out, and first, and again, another reason why I'm not sure if this is really it for Edge. He once again says he's sure to be thanked by the Rated R Superstar for making him relevant again. And they had that segment in Madison Square Garden like a month ago, which set up for that match with Edge and Grayson Waller, which was Grayson Waller's first main roster match, where he said, oh, Edge is retiring. Edge is like, I ain't going anywhere yet. Again, I'm like, okay, why would you have him say that unless he's trying to throw us off? I don't know. But again, there's still some inconsistencies with this whole retirement thing. But anyways, he is here because he wants to interview the newly crowned United States champion, Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio comes out. And he comes out also with LWO brethren Santos Escobar, who was supposed to get Rey's U.S. opportunity last week, but kayfabe-wise suffered an injury thanks to Austin Theory. Waller congratulated Rey on his victory, and Rey is going to be a great U.S. champion. But Waller then basically tries to get under their skin. It's like, well, but how does Santos feel about that? And yeah, you know, they admitted that Austin Theory ruined Santos's moment. But Rey says we're not co-champions, but what matters is that the title is with the LWO. Grayson also again tries to continue to, force the issues, but Santos says the only person that is angry in this whole situation is Austin Theory. And he has nothing but respect for Rey being U.S. champion. And this is not, and what Waller's trying to do will not work. And he's going to get revenge on Austin Theory once Escobar's fully healed. But then Austin Theory comes out. He congratulates Rey, but he's no Father of the Year. He complains last week that he says how Escobar wasn't man enough to step in against him, and Rey did not earn his opportunity. So he demands Adam Pearce to fix things. Adam Pearce came out. He says he figured this happened, but Austin, nobody wants to hear about your complaint. But what you do want to hear from is Mr. Let Me Talk to You, L.A. Knight. And that's not his opinion. That is a fact of life. Yeah, he came out. And I'm thinking, ooh, are we about to maybe throw a little curveball here instead of feuding with Miz? Is he going to get what he should have gotten at SummerSlam, and that's that U.S. title? Well, he comes out. And he says as usual, let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. Which, of course, every time I hear that, it's like, all is good in the world. He was like, Austin, did you just say you were the greatest U.S. champion of all time? And nope, because he fumbled the damn ball. Which, again, I don't remember if I got to it last week, because I did start dozing off during my SmackDown review last week. But as I keep saying, Austin Theory, it's just, he beat one of the greatest of all time at WrestleMania, John Cena. And it just still feels like he's tanked since that victory. Again, John Cena shrunk him down to size on the microphone. And anytime someone does that, you gotta find some way to bounce back. And you didn't. You basically told a story that John Cena's right. And he just has not been the same since that promo. Like, it feels like the way the WrestleMania match went down, it feels like that there should be more to that feud. But now that there's not, Austin Theory is suffering from it. So I don't know what they got to do, but I'm not feeling it. I don't feel that what I felt back in, like, what was it, October, when he failed his cash in, and then literally the next week on Raw, the way he, like, the fallout from it, I'm like, this is the Austin Theory I want to see. And I was treating hashtag Raw is Theory. Make sure also I don't call him Kid on Twitter, or he'll get pissed off. But again, it's like, you would think he would have been elevated from John Cena. He's been worse since he collided with Cena. So I don't know what needs to happen. But anyways, LA Knight's right saying that Theory fumbled the ball. But he has an idea. He congratulated Ray on winning the title. But he says, no matter who's champ though, someone's coming to him. And then Theory talks again about being the greatest, but he went through a bunch of other men. LA Knight says that Austin talks about being the greatest, but Knight had to go through a bunch of other men at SummerSlam, and they're both dressed to fight, so what do you say a No More Contenders match with LA Knight and Austin Theory? And Adam Pearce is like, cool. Before the match, though, started, The Miz came out to be at ringside. And, of course, he was on commentary. And the match with LA Knight and Austin Theory was good. Of course, during the match, LA Knight did get annoyed and, like, shoved Austin Theory into The Miz. Unfortunately, though, The Miz caused a distraction. And, unfortunately, it cost LA Knight the match. And Austin Theory won. He is going to be getting another shot at the United States Championship. Even though I'm asking, wait, does that mean that they're back to no rematch clauses or whatnot? I don't know. But that's a way to good way though to get some more heat on Miz and build up for this mini match coming to you from Payback, probably between LA Knight and The Miz, which I am looking forward to seeing. We also get a video package with, speaking of which, John Cena, Sheamus, Natalya, the Miz also, Charlotte Flair, and Sami Zayn congratulated Edge on 25 years. The video package was excellent. We got throughout the night. We also had Bret Hart asking how to break into the business on a talk show of some kind. It turns out to be a whole retrospective video package again. We then have also... Well, first, we were told that Caleb Braxton has an interview with Paul Heyman later to get to the bottom of what's going on with the bloodline. Then we had this tag match with Bianca, Charlotte versus Bayley and Io. And I just really didn't care. My big question is, where the hell is Shotzi Blackheart? Like, okay, they probably did this. Yes, they protected EO having Bayley get the pin, but of course, once again, which I didn't care. It's like the Judgment Day. Damage Control always lose. I mean, EO getting the title kind of adds something in there, but again, the true leader of Damage Control is Bayley. And Bayley's not gained anything. But my big thing is, again, is where the hell is Shotzi Blackheart? Like, was Triple H not the biggest fan of the Ms. Edward Scissorhands, or whatever the heck you want to call her, as being the psycho who's trying to go after Bayley or whatnot? Because ever since SummerSlam, when you thought that Shotzi would interfere in EO's cash-in, it's kind of like something doesn't make sense here. Like, I'm not sure why they're doing that, but I just didn't really care for this match with Charlotte, Bianca. I thought maybe it would lead to Bianca turning heel. I keep wondering if, because of course afterwards, of course later, Damage Control did attack Bianca backstage. Is this setting up for that rumored Bianca heel turn? And could she maybe be joining Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits? Which the Street Profits wrestle on the show, and although they have a little bit of an edge to them, I still can't tell if they're freaking heels. But they did debut a new finisher in that match, and they beat the OC. I mean, a little disappointing because I want to see the OC get back on track as well. But, you know. Oh, yeah, there was also more interviews for Edge with Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, which if Edge retired, like is done for good, a match with him and Cody definitely is a little bit of a bummer that never got to happen. But yeah, Cody Rhodes giving his thoughts on Edge, Kevin Owens, Becky Lynch, Rey Mysterio, and even Kurt Angle as well. And again, we had the backstage beatdown from Bianca. You know, we had the Street Profits defeating the Good Brothers, and of course, afterwards, when they were on stage, Bobby Lashley came out and congratulated them, and they raised their hands. Then afterwards, we had the interview with Paul Heyman, who refuses to give an update on what's going on with the Bloodline or with Roman Reigns' headspace. And he tries to push off the idea that she's going to come at him about rumors and berate her at length before taking a call. And he gets off the phone and goes, it's not a rumor, it's a fact that Jimmy Uso will be live on SmackDown next week, but he refuses to share his source when asked. Somebody else getting involved here? We'll see next week when Jimmy shows up. We'll see. And then, of course, the main event, Sheamus versus Edge. First time ever. Which, first off, again, up until last week, I did not know that Edge was the reason why Sheamus was not the reason. I did not know that Sheamus was what started Edge to think he could come back when he fell off that bike and no-sold it when they were just biking on that trail the one day. I also did not know that Edge and Sheamus had never had a match. Thought they may have crossed paths at some point, since they were both in the kind of the world title picture in 2009, 2010, and 2011. But yeah, they never crossed paths. I was very surprised by that. But of course, Edge came out to a massive, massive hometown welcome, and of course, he was in his moment. You saw the emotions. You saw Beth Phoenix, his real life wife, and their kids. It really felt like this was it for Edge. Unless it was like his last run in Toronto, and like, we'll get to his contract status in a second here. But the match itself was great. I think it's exactly what it had to be. Two guys that are really good friends, having great chemistry. And Sheamus kept the story going where he was saying that, you know, you might have made a big mistake. Like, you know, you're my pal. You know, I appreciate, you know, I am honored to be able to share this moment with you. But, you know, he's not going to take it lightly. He was going to bring the fight to Edge. And there were some nice near falls towards the end. Some beats of the Bound Room. I believe Edge did kick out of a bro kick that convincingly made me think that he was going to beat Edge, and maybe this is going to lead to a new angle. But Edge had to spear Sheamus twice for him to get the victory. And then afterwards, They embraced, and then the show gets cut off right away. And I'm like, dang it. So we did not... I still think if this truly was... I'll be honest, I don't think this is the actual full end for Edge. I think that because his contract's about to expire, this was like treated as like his last moment as like a regular, not a regular star, like a big star. He could maybe also transition to maybe like, you know, be a lot more part-time and only make like, you know, like an attraction appearance here and there. Like, to me, if this really was Edge's last match, you think he would have addressed it on live TV. Instead, I think he said, because his speech afterwards was confusing. He said something like, you know, this will be the last time, which he thought he retired. But then he said I don't know where the future holds. That's not, I gotta sit down with my wife and kids and see what's best for us or whatnot. Which is basically what he said. So I don't know if Edge is done. I am hearing rumors, though, that it's possible he could be going to AEW and reuniting with Christian, who, of course, is a heel, claiming he's TNT champion, but he's really not. And I gotta say this again. I said earlier in the video that Edge has had a good run back. I wouldn't say it's been great, but it's been good. But I gotta be honest. When he was in the 2021 Rumble, and they had that moment where him and Christian embraced in the middle of the match and kept their alliance together in the match, I saw that. I'm like, you gotta give them one last run together. You gotta do it. And I know Christian went to AEW, which I thought was weird time, but also after listening to his interview on Talk is Jericho, that was where he was going to get that opportunity to be able to do what he wanted to do full time for that last chapter of his career. I really think, though, this comeback is not complete unless you actually do give him and Edge and Christian some sort of run together. Not just an appearance in the Rumble. And I also still think that, well, of course, it would have... Basically, if Edge would go to AEW, it's either one or the other. He either gets to finish off with Christian, or he gets to stay in WWE and at some point still get the world title that he never lost. We'll just have to wait and see, though. We'll have to wait and see. Again, I'm not fully convinced he's done. Especially with the promos that the story they've told within the past month, I don't think he's done. But you never know. And that was SmackDown, guys. Like I said, there wasn't much to talk about outside of, again, Edge. Again, we'll see what Jimmy Uso has to say next week and whatever else happens coming our way. SmackDown, though, has got to get a move on, of course, getting a little more... Because SmackDown feels that besides, well, LA Knight and Miz, even though that's a cross-branding feud, SmackDown's not really teasing much for Payback. Raw has been setting up for Payback pretty good. SmackDown, though, not really. Like, the only matches I feel like we're getting right now is Io and Bianca and Charlotte and probably Asuka also, because I predicted a fatal four-way. So that's what I think we might be getting. But will we? I don't know. But that's SmackDown, guys. If it wasn't for Edge, I'd probably give it a C, C+, but with Edge in there, and this story throughout the night, I had to give this show a B. A B for SmackDown this week. Solely because of Edge. And of course, hashtag thank you Edge and Edge25 will be trending, of course, on this video. But guys, that is my thoughts on this week's episode of SmackDown. And again, as a reminder, if you didn't catch my Raw review, I am currently taking a hiatus from AEW reviews. Again, I may do reviews for All Out and All In. Maybe, but we'll see. But like I said, I'm tired of the drama. I just feel like that AEW is like a big toxic subject that just causes so many arguments on social media. And again, like I said, even though I'm still battling for 2,000 subscribers, I still feel like I've been for a little bit trying to find something to take a break from, to take a load off my back. And even though I love AEW, I feel like right now, until things settle down, AEW just needs to be that show that I just sit back and relax and enjoy to myself. I really don't have anything else I do that with right now. So that's why, again, I am taking a break from AEW reviews. Hopefully, though, they will be back. We'll have to wait and see. But like I said, maybe still reviews for All In and All Out. But if they're happening, they will be recorded. But, yep, that's my review of SmackDown. Of course, there's more baseball videos coming. Again, hopefully, I'm also trying to get the next Roller Coaster Tycoon Park done with. Got to get back to Wolfenstein again. There's a bug in my... Go around me, whatever. But yeah, all that stuff will be coming back. Will be, uploaded the next few days, hopefully. So, yep. That's my thoughts on SmackDown, guys. Gave it a B. What are your guys' thoughts on SmackDown? Do you think this was it for Edge? Again, I'm not convinced it was. I feel like he's got a little bit more, but this might be the last time he's under a full-time deal. He could be going to an attraction, maybe wrestling once or twice a year, maybe for the next couple of years. Get his last dream matches in. Maybe he'll go to AEW reunite with Christian. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see though. But leave your guys' thoughts down in the comments section below. And I'll even say this too also before we go. If Edge wanted to go out on his own terms though, the return he had, the way he was treated last night definitely is the right way to go. But again, it's up to him. Again, leave your guys' thoughts down in the comments section below. Be sure as always also to slap a like on the video and subscribe for more content on my channel. Follow me on Twitter at the Club of the Man 93. Also follow me on TikTok and Instagram at the Club of the Man 1993. And until then, guys, I'm checking out. I'll catch you guys all later. Have a great rest of your night. And do not forget, in order to be superior to the man, you've got to be the man. And for I am the man himself, and that is not just an opinion. That is a fact of life. Yeah!